Well, I suppose if we separate out what was the Chronicle, on one side it was a business, it employed people, and in its heyday it employed a lot of people. And so people in the town will have that connection to it as part of their everyday lives and an important part of their lives. But actually for people even beyond that, it was part of the Oldham family, it was part of our heritage and part of our community. And I think when it closed, it had a really deep impact on people. I think a brand that's been there for so long, that is part of the town, when that goes, I think it really hits people. I likened it to the British Aerospace. You know, in its heyday, it employed 17,000 people, incrementally wound down activity. But for a lot of people, they actually had no day-to-day interaction with that place at all. But when it closed, the home of the Lancaster bomber, people were really hurt by it. Yeah, it felt like a part of the town was being taken away. And I've seen exactly the same on that day when the Chronicle closed as well. So to be here today, when the Chronicle is re-establishing itself, getting out there in a more modern way, I think people in the town will be really welcoming that.
Yeah, I'm guessing you're kind of backing the idea. It's just like an institution, really, isn't it? You know, and it's so important these modern days, modern digital days, to get the message out there, isn't it?
Well, if you think about what the media is there for, obviously it's there to keep people informed, it's there to share information, but it's also there to hold people to account and to be the voice of a place in its community. And I think what we're seeing incrementally with the decline of local and regional newspapers is that the national newspapers just haven't got the time to cover the communities that spread around the UK. And actually that disconnect is very real. So actually the number of journalists that now turn up to council meetings is almost zero. In some towns it doesn't happen at all. In other towns it might happen, but very sporadically, depending on the issue. We don't see journalists attending the magistrates' courts or the Crown courts in the way that they used to, and reporting that news at a local level. But also when things go wrong, in many cases, that was being withheld from the public. People didn't see that. It took a journalist who had a nose for a story to see it through, to do the long, hard work that people don't see in the background that can take a year or two to develop, and eventually to get the story to get out there in the public domain. Well, I would say now, because the number of journalists has declined at a local level, that will affect that kind of investigations that used to take place, and I think that's to the detriment of the public interest. So hopefully with the Chronicle re-establishing itself, it can be absolutely part of the community, but it can also have that really important role in our democracy too.
Yeah, it's important that there is a voice for Oldham, isn't it? You know, because it's a large kind of catchment area, and that, you know.
And also, just think about our expat community living around the world.
Indeed,
You know, they have a yearning to find out what's going on in their hometown, the place where they were born. And you get people from Australia or America, right around the world, who will go onto the Chronicle website to find out what's going on. And I think having that gap when the website wasn't there, it will now be there in the next day or two. I think people will be really excited by that.